First off, I guess, tell me, how was the vibe last night for you?
Oh, it was really great to see that many people coming out, engaged, really enthusiastic about this process, and hopeful. I think for the first time in quite a while that there could be a political change in a place, and when I say a place, I mean Texas, that really is in dire need of political change.
And tell me a little bit about this. Why is it important to come down to areas like Victoria, these smaller areas that, you know, don't get much attention from bigger statewide candidates?
There's two different kinds of importance here. There's strategic importance, and then there's just the integrity kind of importance. Everybody in the state is important. When I'm elected, if I have the good fortune of being elected statewide, I don't just represent clusters of people. I represent every person in this state. I think it's important both for me to hear from people and for people to hear from me, so there is a connection, there is a familiarity, and then strategically, I think it's a colossal mistake to concentrate all of your energy in just a few places. There are more populous places and they require more attention, but the end result is the accumulation of energy from a lot of different points. And when I was in the room last night, I sensed a very serious energy. By the way, everybody in that room has a phone and access to email and access to the internet. This is a multiplier factor. But I fall back to more the qualitative responsibility of understanding people, and that means having face-to-face contact with them. And I operate on the inspiration that I draw from human contact, that you cannot get over a phone. That you cannot get by reading an article. So I want to be here. I want to feel the energy from people, and I want them to feel my sincerity.
And you touched upon it a little bit there. And some people would say, it's kind of a bit of a fruitless endeavor to come down to this area. This county itself voted 71% for President Trump back in 2024. Just what would you want to say in response to something like that?
Again, a couple of things. I don't think it's a fruitless endeavor at all.
Mm-hmm.
When I leave Victoria today, I will have stories, I will have feelings, and they will come across when I talk to everybody else. It kind of fills you up in an intangible way. And then secondly, as to people, thinking that, oh, this doesn't matter, it's voted for Trump 71%. That's the past. Nothing is static. Everything changes, and people, I think that today is the next 50 years, but that's never the case. There are often changes. They're always unexpected, and then we look back in hindsight and say, oh, it was obvious it was going to change. Well, I think they're changing right now, and I think in hindsight people are going to say it's obvious. But I think it's very important to come down and talk to voters who had reasons for voting for Donald Trump, who at this point may be disillusioned. Maybe they even think their vote was right at that time. But what we need at one moment is not what we need at every moment. And so this is a completely different moment, and I want to talk to all voters, whoever they voted for, and make sure that they have an option to make the right decision for today. That's why I'm here.
All right. I think you've pretty much covered everything I needed to ask you about. Is there anything I'm missing? Anything you want to add on top of any of this?
Yeah, I'm actually feeling very good. I'm feeling very confident about this election, and that's information I want to share with people, because I think doubt can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. I promise you that this is not wishful thinking on my part. Some people just love to campaign. I actually love the work. I love being a senator. I'm going to love applying myself as the Attorney General of this state. The campaign is just something I have to do to get there, and I would not undergo it if I did not have a very strong objective sense based on empirical observation that we have a very good chance, a strong chance of victory in November.
All right.